Oh, hang on. I should have waited to do the camera. I forgot I gotta pull this up. I got this pallet up here so I can hold the carpet up. So I can go in without the carpet coming back down on me. There we go. Nope, no babies. Yeah, it's kind of warm in here. There's a little hole there from something digging. But the only problem is it's only 4 foot tall. So you gotta scrunch down to get in there. Kind of like being in a cave. Scared him. So Cleopatra must have just had hers, and that black and white one was probably hers that didn't make it. She usually has 3. Her bloodline usually has 3. So if Trig was to get pregnant, she would probably have 3 babies. 3 babies, yeah. So those 2 males, this one here and that brown one back there, they're both purebred papered goats, Nigerian dwarfs. This guy here supposedly is a purebred too, but he don't have papers. We just got him this year. But next year I'm going to Kiko's and Spanish goats. So what I'll start doing is buying female Kiko's and and basically breeding them into the stock. And when the males are gone, because any new males, if any of these 5 babies are males, I'll sell them. Or we'll eat them. And anyway, and then once these 3 males are gone, I might even sell this other little guy. Because he's not a purebred. Well, I don't know if he is or he ain't. But they say to have at least 2 or 3 males. That bigger male, the black and white one, he's more dominant, more aggressive. You can see his hair standing up on back. He's horny. They keep trying to get Bonehead Jr., Bonette, whatever you want to call her. I just call her Bonehead. They keep trying to get her pregnant, but I think she's a mule. I don't think she can get pregnant. She's never been pregnant and probably never will be. But they keep trying to knock her up. Cleopatra, she's like, get away from me. I don't want to milk. Ow. Be nice, Cleopatra. What I'm thinking is happening is one of those is not hers, and so she's rejecting it. Which is probably why she's going over there with the other moms. She's probably saying, hey, come over here and milk your mom. Get away from me. Anyways. All right, I got a lot of things I got to do today. Got the metal in for the roof for my Kaplinger property, which is where my mom's going to live, and I might live there too. Fix the building up and move into that. Thinking about putting, reinforcing the building, the existing building, and adding a second story to it, and then living in the second story. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I don't know. And then I'll have a cabin over here because I'm not doing the retreat anymore. That was a waste of time. Everybody that showed up pretty much just didn't want to do anything. They just acted like, well, they came for the work stay. They were supposed to actually help because we were trying to do like a sustainable community. But nobody wanted to do anything. They just wanted to party and play, which, we could do all that stuff after our duties are done, but they didn't want to actually do anything. They just wanted to sit around all day and do nothing. And just enjoy life. Which would be fine if we had enough money to, kick back and relax and not have to do anything. But none of us had that kind of money. But it's like I had to do all the work while they just sit on their asses. So I got rid of them all, except for David. But he don't do much either. But David is the co-founder. And so I don't want to put him out on the curb and make him homeless. So I let him stick around. He's somewhat loyal. He's trustworthy. So I keep him as a guard dog. It's about all he's good for. He's smart. He does a lot of learning, a lot of research, but he doesn't apply himself. And then you have to do the work. And then when you do the work, he tells you how you did it wrong, but yet he doesn't want to help you actually do it. So it's very frustrating. But again, he's trustworthy and he's pretty loyal. And in a pinch, I can rely on him. I quit my job because I got a better job coming up. I'm taking a week off. And I needed somebody to follow me up to return the truck so I can come back home. And so he followed me up and drove me back. Things like that. I can mostly rely on him to do. He likes doing road trips. But he doesn't have a license anymore. So I can't let him drive my vehicle, so he has to drive his own. And so at that, we're still at risk. So not that you have to have a license to travel. but the government thinks you do. And but I just can't let him drive my vehicles anymore because I'm afraid they're gonna get impounded. And so I just can't. He's not reliable there either. Before he did renew the license just so that he could drive my vehicle and not get me in trouble. And but this year he said he refuses. So, but he's got his own truck, so that's fine. But I'm gonna be trying to get set up for cattle feed. And I was going to have him be my delivery driver and deliver the cattle feed, but now I can't do that. But my mom should be down here by next winter. And she said she's interested in doing it, so I'll have her do it. We also have a contract with U-Haul, and they have U-Box. Well, I was going to have him do U-Box, but I can't do that either because he don't have a license. And U-Box wants you to have a valid driver's license. I mean, U-Haul wants you to. Anyways, same company. And there's other issues, like say tree trimming. We go do a STD, a standard takedown, or something like that. His truck can't handle hauling the brush off. Only mine can. So I can't have him do that either. He wants, and other bigger jobs, it's like he wants me to go out and find these jobs for him to do. One, I don't got time to go out and find him jobs, go out and find him work, but also he can't do them because he can't drive my vehicles. Legally, anyways. Lawfully, but not legally. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm just pretty much on my own. My mom should be down here next year. And maybe then things will pick up. I got another friend who wants to help, but she's, she can't do anything heavy duties. She's frail, and she's also doesn't like doing things in the heat of the summer or the cold of the winter. So I can only rely on her for 2 seasons, basically. And she can't drive. So I got to go pick her up if she's going to help me. So there you go. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. What do you do? What do you do? Too bad the cats can't help me. Like, we already help. We keep the mice down. Which is a good thing. I'm not complaining about that. I hate mice. So they do their job. And the chickens pretty much do their job. They keep the bugs down. That's the main reason why I got chickens. Not really to do much of anything else. I didn't get them for meat. I got them to keep the bugs that I don't like down. Ticks, chiggers, stuff like that. Supposedly guineas are better at keeping the chiggers down, but I keep losing the guineas. So anyhow. So that chicken coop was designed to eventually be the solar grid for this community area. It'll probably be another 5 years before I get that done. But I'll be making more money this next year. So who knows? I'm gonna get the land paid off as soon as possible. Then that way I can afford to be more productive and proactive. And maybe hire somebody to do what I need done since I can't rely on other people to do it. But then again, I can't rely on people I hire to do things either. I've hired people to come out and do work, and they never show up. My neighbor is one of them. You know, he's got an excavation company. He said he'd be here in August. I called him the month prior to verify. You know, he's like, "Oh, I'll be there when I said I'll be there." I'm like, well, you know, I didn't write it down. I wasn't exactly sure when you're going to be here. I assume it's going to be in the next month or two. And he goes, yes. So I'm like, okay. He said he'd check his calendar, but he never got back to me. And he never showed up. So August, September, October, November. It's now almost December. No call, no show. Not to mention he lied to me about other things. So he's just a liar. We had, I think, one more string of goat fence we needed to put up on between our properties. And his dogs were coming over here and killing our chickens. So he said he would go buy a roll of goat fence so we can put it up. Then he turned around and lied and said, oh, everybody's sold out. So he tried to make himself look cool. And then he tried to make himself look like, oh, it's out of my control. I can't help you. I'm sorry. And one of two things kind of tipped me off that he was lying to me. So I did some homework, and pretty much everybody he said that said that they were out of stock had it in stock, and they've had it for several months, if not several weeks. So he just bull-faced lied to me. And then, yeah, he said he would compensate me for my birds that I lost. And he really only compensated me for one. He said he would keep his dogs under control, and he never did. So, yeah. So I lost a lot of birds from his stupid dogs. But now I got a gun. So if I catch his dogs over here killing my birds again, they're not going to make it back home. If I can help, if I have anything to say about it. But lately they've been staying on their side of the fence, so hopefully it stays that way. Yeah. And the other two excavators I hired to come out, they never showed up. So, yeah, I don't know. I just, I don't know. So, anyways, all right, I'm going to get to work.